Opel P4 Spezial Limousine, 1190, 1935–37. The Opel P4 was an automobile of which Opel AG built 65,864 units between September 1935 and December 1937 in the main plant in Russelche im Main. The vehicle offered space for 4 people, 4P4, but had no trunk. It was technically based on the predecessor Opel 1.2-liter, but was slightly changed on the outside. After 2 years, production was phased out in favor of the first Opel Kadett, which was presented in 1936. The price of the P4, standard model, was 1,650 Reichsmarks, RM. At the turn of the year 1936–37 the car was offered at a winter price of only 1,450 RM, and special and convertible sedans, initially offered for RM 1880, adapted to the reduction. With an average monthly income of RM 250, the car was affordable for a wide range of people. Together with the equally powerful, more modern, but also more expensive, Kadett, it was considered the first Volkswagen. The fact that the Volkswagen developed by Ferdinand Porsche was implemented was a political issue. That of the Opel factory in Brandenburg built in 1935 American firms already dominant position in the German market together with Ford in the field of light trucks should not be extended to the passenger car sector. The chassis is a ladder frame made of U-profiles. The rigid axles are suspended from leaf springs and dampened with hydraulic shock absorbers. The 4 brakes are operated by cables, both with a brake pedal and with a handbrake, with a lever in the interior. The steel disc wheels carry tires measuring 4.25/17. The 2-door body, made of wood and steel, was placed on the frame, and the door windows could be lowered with a hand crank. Only the front and rear windows were made of toughened safety glass, Securit. Originally only 2 colors were available, gray and dark blue, each with black fenders. In the standard and special sedans, the roof center section consists of a permanently installed plastic insert. The convertible sedan's collapsible top is made of light gray canvas with a glass rear window. When closed, it is held in position by bows inserted into the body frame and attached to the windshield frame with 2 clamps. The instrument panel is fitted as standard with 2 large, greenish illuminated instrument dials with speedometer, odometer, fuel gauge and oil pressure gauge, as well as switches for lights, windshield wiper and the fiddler equipped. The backrests of the front seats, which can only be adjusted when the vehicle is stationary, can be folded down. There is interior lighting and an interior rearview mirror, an open glove box and 2 door pockets. The electrical system is fed by a 6-volt alternator. The battery is installed under the hood, which can be opened on both sides. The starter is operated with a foot switch. The dimmer switch is also located in the left footwell. At the rear of the vehicle, there are 2 lights that contain the rear light, brake light and license plate lighting. 2 additional cat's eyes were only required by law after the model was launched, as was a blue indicator light for switched on high beam. Retrofitting was mandatory. The petrol tank is installed below the rear wall. It has a capacity of 25 liters. The vehicle is 3.34 meters long and weighs 755 kilograms without special accessories. The water-cooled and side-controlled, SV, 4-cylinder engine with a displacement of 1.1 liters, based on the Opel 1.2-liter, became something in the P4 with a 67.5 mm bore and 75 mm stroke, 1.2 liters, 65 mm, 90 mm, designed to be less long stroke. The power was 23 horsepower at a speed of 3,400 revolutions per minute. The top speed of 85 km/h was designated by the factory as the continuous speed and the P4 was therefore classified as motorway safe. The SV engine was installed in the Opel Kadett until production was discontinued in October 1940. In the Soviet Union he experienced a Moskvich 400 several stages of development and in the mid-1950s still formed the basis for the 45 horsepower, 33 kilowatts, engine of the Moskvich 407, which, with its enlarged bore, higher rated speed and OHV valve control, overhead valves, almost doubled the original achievement achieved. The engine power was transmitted to the rear wheels via a single-disc dry clutch, unsynchronized gearbox, cardan shaft and differential. The shift lever, cranked backwards, sat directly on the gearbox, middle shift. The downdraft carburetor, which was highlighted as particularly innovative in the advertising and manufactured by Opel under a license from the US manufacturer Carter Carburetor, had an acceleration pump. The consumption of petrol with the very low octane number 72 was 8 to 10 L, 100 kilometers. As variants, Opel offered a convertible sedan and a special sedan for 1880 Rm. Both models could be recognized by the spare wheel on the right fender instead of on the rear and the fold-out luggage rack at the rear, on which a freestanding case, offered as an accessory, was attached with leather straps. A watertight container could also be screwed onto the luggage rack, which accommodated standard suitcases and had piping attached to the body. In contrast to the standard model with 3-speed transmission, which, by the way, was delivered as standard without a bumper and without a fuel tank level indicator, the convertible and special sedan had a 4-speed transmission. From 1937, the 3-speed gearbox was installed in the convertible sedan. In 1935, Opel achieved total production of the 4-cylinder P4 models, its predecessor, the Opel 1.2-liter. Built until September 1935, the Opel 1.3-liter, until October 1935, and Olympia, from April 1935, and the 6-cylinder Opel 6 100,000 vehicles, making it the largest automobile manufacturer in Europe.